has a power, and the mind is very powerful. But a lot of people are not conscious, are not aware about this power of the mind. So I believe and trust that when we draw their mind to this power of the mind, then they can use their mind very positive, very efficiently, and very, very effective for their own benefit and the benefit of continental Africa and the global world at large. Positively, as we are saying, the mind has a power, and when you use your mind positively, it will produce positive results. And when you use your mind negatively, it will also produce negative results. As man thinketh, so is he. This is a natural law of nature. That is why if you plant corn, you will harvest a corn. When you plant granite, you will harvest granite. You can never plant a corn and harvest cassava, and vice versa. Therefore, let me make it clear once again that the mind is powerful and very, very powerful tool as such, because it is in our mind that life begins. It is your mind that makes you conscious and aware of yourself as a living being anytime you wake up on your bed. Even though the mind cannot be seen, the mind cannot be touched, but we are aware of our mind through consciousness, because our mind is the one which moves us. Therefore, your mindset and your belief system, or the things that you believe, will attract certain things in your life from what you think about, how you feel, and the environment, the circumstances, the opportunity that you think about will be attracted into your life, because the mind is a living organism. The mind is like a magnet with power of attraction that can manifest what it can conceive. Therefore, whatever you can use your mind to conceive, if you work on it, you can manifest it. Your mind is the center of your world, because the mind is a kingdom on its own, independent of the body, which has no substance. The mind has no substance. That's why you cannot see the mind. You cannot hold the mind. The mind has no boundaries. Nothing can block the mind. And the mind has no placement in time and space. Yet, your mind, our mind, is always with us, everywhere we go, everywhere we are, directing and guiding us about our life. The mind is beautiful and also wonderfully unique organ of our body as compared with the other parts of our body, because our mind is a faculty of thought and consciousness, which housing imaginations, perceptions, thinking, judgment, which help us to perceive, to remember, and to refer and reflect on things. So you must be careful and aware of your mind, because your mind is a double-edged sword, which can act positively and can also act negatively, depending upon the one behind the thinking. That is why when you wake up early in the morning on your bed, it is your mind that makes you conscious of yourself. It is the mind that informs you through your feelings to either go and urinate. It is your mind that helps you in choosing, selecting what to wear, what to eat, where to go, what time to go, and what time to be there. all these are activities of the mind. So when you use your mind very well, it will bring productivity in your life. The mind, as I'm saying and saying it again, is powerful and very powerful instrument. Very important at our disposal, because your mind has no limitation, as your mind can fly through your thoughts when you are thinking to anywhere and everywhere, irrespective of where you are at any point of time. You can be in your room, you can be somewhere, you can be at work or somewhere else, because you don't think in words, but we think in pictures. But we use our words to express and illustrate what we think about. Therefore, you can be in your room and be thinking about your office, and you can see your office in your mind. That means that your mind is not limited to be anywhere you want your mind to be, irrespective of wherever you are. That is why you can be in your room and think about your office. You know your office, you know the position of things in your office, so you can imagine your office in your mind. Therefore, the mind has no barrier. The mind has no limitation. The mind can carry you everywhere, and whatever that you can conceive in your mind, if you work on it, it will manifest life for you to see. You see, your mind, as I said, can take you everywhere, irrespective of where you are at any time or any period of time. Your mind has the ability and the capacity to make judgment about what is wrong and what is right. Therefore, your mind is a personified judge internally that guides you and directs you. Therefore, when you use your mind rightfully, you are going to succeed in this life. The mind is powerful, and I would like to say it again and again and again. Why am I emphasizing on the powerfulness of the mind? You see, if you want to cook food, first and foremost, you must conceive the idea of cooking in your mind first. Then after conceiving the idea, you begin to think about what food will I like to cook. After settling on the food that you want to cook, now you think about the ingredients that you will use for the cooking before you make final decision to go and buy them and cook the food. Therefore, realize before you cook a food physically, you must first cook the food in your mind. You see? So the mind is powerful. Everything you conceived, everything you work on, by focusing on it positively, will germinate positive outcome for you. Therefore, you must be conscious and aware of your mind. Let's look at one example when it comes to the power and the powerfulness of the mind. You see the aeroplane flying in the skies is a product of the mind. But you see the aeroplane to be very big, but the mind is bigger than the aeroplane, because the aeroplane was someone's idea that he thought about, it conceived, think about it, work on it, work on it, work on it, and today we are flying the plane in the skies. That is how powerful the man is. That is how powerful our mind is. Let's look at computer. See the kind of things that the computer can do in a minute. But don't forget that the computer was put together by someone. And all the programs in the computer was somebody's mind. So this is how powerful. This is how powerful our mind are. But a lot of people are not aware about this power, about this powerfulness of the mind. So they use their mind wrongly, and they create a lot of problems and disasters in their life. Therefore, I am here to let you know that your mind is powerful and your mind has a power. Therefore, you must be conscious and aware of the power of the mind, and make sure that every day in anything that you do, you use your mind positively to bring you positive results in your life. I want you to also know that in thinking, it is an art that you must have a skill over. Because if you cannot control your